Someone just paid for my food. I, 19, am a student at a community college. My commute is about an hour and a half worth of driving, one way, so I'm usually up pretty early in the morning. Today, however, I was running late to school, so I skipped breakfast, hoping I could eat something else on campus after class. I made sure to pack about $15 in my bag before I left. So fast forward, my class is over and I'm absolutely starving. My friend suggests we go visit a tea/sandwich shop, cheaper than the actual campus food, down the road from the main campus building, and I happily oblige. We go in, he orders first, and then it's my turn, but when I go to pay, I realize my money is just gone. I'm shuffling through all the pockets in my bag, even turning my pants pockets inside out. My face was burning red with embarrassment and my eyes were so watery I couldn't see. I was holding on by a thread to not burst out sobbing. But then suddenly the cashier tells me to take my food because someone had just paid for my order. So I look up at my friend and he seems just as surprised as I am. We look over to the counter and there's a man who looks like he's in his 40s. His arm is in a cast and he looks a little beat up, but regardless of that there was just something about him that looked very gentle. The look in his eyes that told me that it was all going to be okay, and it just wasn't there. I even called my mom to ask her if I'd somehow left the money at home and still nothing. I told the cashier to give me a moment and then I proceeded to take all the contents out of my bag onto a table so I could search. I vividly remembered putting the money in my bag. Regardless, I was panicking now, because there's no way it just disappeared. My friend offered to help me pay, but I declined his offer because he's also a broke-ass student and I just didn't want to put any burdens on him. I told him that it's okay and that we should get going to the main campus. By this point, I pulled out my phone and started scrolling because I'm on the verge of tears since everyone in the restaurant was just staring at me. He said he had a daughter who was also a college student and he had seen her in a similar position before. He reminded me that this sort of thing happens to people all the time, especially to college students, and that I didn't need to feel ashamed. It was just such a huge relief that I couldn't help but cry like a child right there in the middle of the restaurant. I guess sometimes you just forget that people can be so loving and kind even to complete strangers, despite all the hatred in the world. I got my food and I thanked him profusely on my way out, to which he smiled at me and he also handed me his business card. I respect the hustle. Turns out this guy is the manager of a high-end restaurant in the downtown area. He said that I should bring my family along for dinner sometime and that we could catch up. Overall, quite the emotional whirlwind, but now I'm back at my college campus eating a sandwich. I'm really touched by the actions of this kind stranger and I hope to one day be able to pay it forward. Thank you all for reading and have a nice day.